Borley Borlstein here, and I, for the first time, saw Lost in Translation, and I didn't fucking get it. I mean, it's a story about a failed or dwindling star movie actor who goes to Japan to make $2 million endorsing some kind of alcohol. And then 17-year-old Scarlett Johansson, her character is estimatedly 22 in the movie, just graduated from Yale, married her boyfriend 2 years prior, and she's bored. And she doesn't feel things, I suppose, is what we're led to believe. And then that's it. We're supposed to feel something for these characters. We're supposed to relate to them. And I didn't I didn't get the movie because I was too hung up on that aspect of that the characters are just unrelatable and their misery is just doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense if if they have some depression, which Scarlett Johansson's character was more likely. Yeah, both of them could have it, but it's just so bizarre. You have these characters who are very well off. They're staying in very large hotels in Tokyo for some period of time, but they're sad. I don't really get the idea that they're sad, just that they don't really, maybe they're going through life in the motions. I mean, that makes more sense for Scarlett Johansson's character, but the problem is that the two characters have like no chemistry. Like Scarlett Johansson's character is presented in the film as the kind of girl who is bored by a lot of the things people at her age are regularly interested in. She doesn't care about celebrity status. She doesn't seem to really care too much about her boyfriend's career or her husband's career, and he's kind of just flying off the seat of his pants. She came along on this trip just so that she could meet some friends that she has in Japan. I mean, so she has friends worldwide, and then the friends that she does have are older, quite a bit older. I believe that the one main guy seemed like he was like 30, just, and then they go to some strange places. I don't think drugs were ever involved, but a lot of alcohol. Not that that really matters, but that she's a call away from engaging in a funner time, but not really a happier life. And we never really get the sense of like what it is she feels like she should be doing. I mean, she really is just directionless. Bill Murray's character, on the other hand, doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, he's been married for 25 years. He has kids. In the beginning of the film, and I thought this was like the acting is good, and the cinematography is good, and there's a little bit of a kind of twist where you see the wife is like faxing Bill Murray these things, or like, what do you think about this carpet for your study? She seems to be much more involved in the relationship than Bill Murray's character is. But then we get her on the phone, and she's pretty dismissive. She's cold a bit. When she says goodbye, it's just goodbye. And this is one of the most emotionally interesting parts of the movie, is that Bill Murray's character just kind of had like a fun day out with Scarlett Johansson, I believe, and then he comes back to his bedroom and he calls his wife because he probably feels a little guilty about, you know, enjoying life with this other girl that clearly, he's sexually interested in. So he calls her up, and then, the call ends and he says, "I love you." Like they're not able to convey, that those emotions anymore. But the problem with the movie that I have is that I have no sympathy for the characters. Like the problems that they have, they could solve, but instead, in attempting to solve them, or they don't do anything to solve them, and then they just like are just happen to be in the same place at the same time, and are just like, oh well, we'll use each other to solve our problems. We'll have fun together, and it's like, well, you could. Like Bill Murray could have had fun doing the photo shoots, but instead he decided to be like a racist asshat who was like intentionally fucking the advertise. Like, I mean, he wasn't doing what they were saying. Like, imagine that for $2 million, you can be that much of an asshole to people. Like, what the fuck? It's actually shocking. There's and then like, at some point, I think like the people that he was there with send him this like prostitute, and and I don't know. At first, I thought maybe it was like some kind of trap, like because she's like, "Oh no, rip my stockings," and she's like, "No, Bob Harris, no, don't attack me." It was really bizarre. But the problem with the film is that is its the problem is its strength is that you see the characters and you're not really told anything, but what you see I haven't been able to find anywhere online doesn't really, like what you see doesn't convey what the issues are in these characters' lives, really. I mean, you see them alone and you see them doing things, and Scarlett Johansson buys the How to Search for Your Soul. Like, I mean, I guess they're looking for meaning or something, but it's like I don't care. You, Bill Murray's character is married for 25 years. He has kids. He has a wife. He has an incredibly lucrative job. He's one of the luckiest people alive. How do you not have fucking direction? Like, you could literally do anything. Like, this is your own fault. Like, wow, like I just don't have any sympathies for some guy who gets to make $2 million and basically say the equivalent of the N word to Japanese people. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's just I don't understand how anyone can watch this movie and be like, oh my god, this I can relate to this because like if you've never done like a single second of thinking in your life about like what anything means to you, then possibly yeah. Or if you're like a 4chan pedophile and you're like, oh man, I wish I got to be disgusting, ugly as fuck Bill Murray, and I got to like almost potentially fuck prime teen pussy Scarlett Johansson. Like that's really what the fucking movie comes down to. That's what I think it is all it is like it's a movie made by and for Hollywood pedophiles to jack off about their midlife crisis, but I didn't see any of it. And the problem is like I didn't learn anything about the characters visually, but everything that I know about the characters was conveyed, like we were told, basically. And I thought that part was like incredibly fucking weak, cuz like you can have a visually told story and you can and that's more exciting. Like the in 13 Million Merits, the Black Mirror episode, like the first 13 or 10 minutes or so are just like all visual. Like you're just like seeing this guy's daily routine, and it's shot in a way that you understand. Like you're learning without being told. You're just seeing him experience his life and you're understanding what that life is like and how he feels about it based on his expressions. But Bill Murray has one expression: drink alcohol. I'm miserable. That's it. Like, what is he sad about? You're getting $2 million. Like, and now I sounds like I'm saying that money can solve your problems, but money is the biggest problem that is unsolvable if you don't have it. So, like, the fact that you have money, I mean, you can get help. You could try to talk to your wife. You could put forth a fucking effort to make your life better, but instead you're gonna go down the rabbit hole of infidelity because, and this is where the movie kind of becomes like a manic pixie dream girl. It's like, oh, I'm bored and my life is so sad getting my $2 million, but now I get to hang out with prime teen pussy Scarlett Johansson and we get to go to sexy parties and strip clubs and I get to look at her brapper. Wow. Oh, but I'm still depressed. Now there is one interesting part of the film when like I think it's like the second time they hang out, and then Bill Murray's character goes to the bar, and it's like he's not ready to cheat because he's formed this emotional connection with Scarlett Johansson's character. Instead, he fucks the like, in my opinion, I don't think she was attractive at all, but he fucks the really annoying singer lady in the bar, and then she like is like, oh, you want to go to this place? And he's like, oh, not right now. And then she's like saying something in the background, and then Scarlett Johansson's character is like sad that like oh you fuck her, but you won't fuck me. That's basically what she says when they go out to eat. But then after that, she's just like, oh, that was the worst dinner ever. And it's just like, this is why you're both miserable, is that you don't address the things that are bothering you and you just move past them. And then, and that's it. Like, she is upset because, like, for some god awful reason, I mean, because Bill Murray in this movie looks fucking hideous. It's probably like his body and everything, like, that looks fine. I mean, but his face, like, I don't know, maybe he got some surgery or something, but he looks fucking haggard and shitty. And there's no fucking way, other than money, that any 17-year-old prime teen pussy Scarlett Johansson would ever fuck this guy. That is fucking unbelievable. I mean, it doesn't happen in the movie, but the implication is that she wanted to have sex with him, and then he had sex with the other lady to maybe get out his, like, horny infidelity feelings. And Scarlett Johansson wanted to be that person. And it just, okay? Like, I don't understand how, like, it deals with loneliness. The characters are both on, like, a 1 week or momentary excursion into a foreign country. Like, you're lonely on this trip. Like, you can't be 1 week away from your wife without cheating. Like, there are just so many aspects to these characters that make them unsympathetic that I just do not buy that they are lonely. That, I mean, I buy that Scarlett Johansson's character is lost. I mean, she has a philosophy degree from Yale, and she doesn't have a job, and she doesn't seem to have any fucking concern about how she's gonna pay her bills or anything. I mean, yeah, when you're like a rich kid and you're that age, I can understand that. I can't understand Bill Murray's character. He makes no fucking sense to me. And that's why I think the movie is garbage, in that what everybody hypes the movie up about and proclaims to the high heavens as being so well done in this film, I didn't fucking see it, because I think the characters are some unsympathetic assholes that don't deserve happiness, frankly. Like, they have opportunities to achieve happiness. They have no obstacles in their life, and yet they choose the path of meandering. They choose the path of come what may. And come what may is a fine path if you are engaging in a degree of agency in your own life and you're accepting the potential negative outcomes of your own decisions. But if your come what may attitude is just like passivity, and you're just like, oh, this thing happened to me, okay, or that thing, like, and then that's how Bill Murray's character is. So, like, I think it's a good film about bad characters. The cinematography is good. I think the writing is pretty good. Bill Murray's acting is great. Acting is great all around. Has some great fucking shots. But the plot, I really couldn't tell you what the film was about and say I felt anything. I think the plot is nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's a funny expose on the woe is me problems of rich people, but I don't give a fuck. If you're rich and you're sad, go to therapy. Do anything else. Because the problems that you have are incomprehensible to 99% of the population. Boo, boo, boo. Bill Murray doesn't get to fuck prime teen pussy Scarlett Johansson. How the fuck am I going to feel bad about that? I don't know. Maybe somebody can convince me this movie has characters that are worthy of sympathies, but I really doubt it.